cloud. But for many, it is going to be a fine day. It's also going to be a sunny one. And although it will still be quite breezy across the North Highlands, what you'll find is the showers here will become quite well scattered. But fresher than yesterday, our maximum temperature around about 10. Through this evening and overnight, high pressure starts to build in, so things really do settle down. It's going to be a frosty night and also a rather clear one, and a cold one. So that's how we start tomorrow, cold and frosty with variable amounts of cloud, but equally a lot of sunshine around. But later on in the day in the southwest, you'll find more high cloud coming in, and that's a sign of what's coming our way during the course of Sunday. So for Sunday, it's the southwest in through Wales, in through parts of Northern Ireland eventually. We'll see the cloud build, introducing some rain. Away from the west though, we're looking at another decent day with some sunny breaks and temperatures again just into the teens. So all in all, it's a fairly settled weekend for many of us, but still rather chilly. That's it. Susanna, Charlie, back to you.
Carol, thank you very much.
Thanks, Carol. Joe's back now. Joe, you're looking at the impact for Japan on their technology industry specifically.
Yeah, the electronics industry is very important. Yeah, apart from the awful loss of life, the tsunami has caused major disruptions in the electronics supply chain because Japan is a major player in that sector. That could mean that prices for products like smartphones and LCD TVs could be affected. And the reason for that is because 60% of the world's silicon wafers, which are the building blocks for computer chips, come from Japan. Of those chips, 6% are used to make flash memory, half of which comes from Japan too. Now, flash memory is used in nearly every electronic product you can think of: cameras, iPads, iPhones, computers, USB sticks, to name just a few. And the prices for one type of flash memory, NAND, have soared 20% following the disaster last week. Well, joining me now is Malcolm Penn. He's the Chief Executive of Future Horizons, and you know a little bit about this. Let's just first of all clarify the immediate impact. We're not going to have problems in the next week or two, are we?
No, it'll take a few weeks for that to filter through because there's obviously inventory in the pipeline there. But the disruptions will start to hit pretty quickly because the logistics has been destroyed and interrupted. And you'll start to see the first impacts in a few weeks' time, and then the real big impact in about 3 months' time.
So in about three months' time, the stores like PC World and Currys, etc., they're going to start buying their Christmas inventory, aren't they? And they may have major problems.
Yes, they will, because this is now the time when we start to build up for the seasonal upswing in demand, and this is just the time when the supply chain is being disrupted. And the whole problem is that the whole supply chain has been squeezed and squeezed and squeezed. There is no slack in the system, so a small disruption suddenly has a major leveraged impact on the whole supply chain.
What about other countries? Surely they can ramp up their production in these specialized chips so that they can feed into these smartphones and iPads, etc.
Not in this day and age, because we've operated on a very lean basis, so factories were working pretty much at full utilization. So you take anything out of that supply chain there is no place to take up the slack.
Very briefly, prices, do you think they will go up at the end of the year? For
yes, undoubtedly. It's inevitable.
Wow. Right, that's very interesting. Okay, Malcolm Penn, thank you very much for joining us. Prices for your iPads and iPad 2 might be going up at the end of the year.
All right, Joe, thank you very much for that.
6:53. Not being able to hear what people say on television is a common complaint of viewers, and one we've covered on Breakfast.
So the BBC has launched an investigation and found out music levels, noisy